Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, September the 30th. We are starting off with Stage 1, and as you can see, there isn't even any defenses in front of the thing. Like, just roll your troops up to the very front, and pow, 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 you're gonna get a win. I'm not even gonna show that one, it's so easy. Okay, now, Stage 2, on the other hand, for the really ultra low level people, this is a nasty, nasty little level. And I'll tell you why, because there's 2 rocket launchers there. So what you're going to have to do is actually head up towards where I flared there. I would almost suggest going around to the right. Make sure your hookah, like if you're running hookah, your heavies take like a big lead in front of those Zookas, because what that's going to do is cause the rocket launchers to fire at the heavies, and then your Zookas will just stroll in. Just make sure that when your heavies get into the safe zone on the rocket launcher, you drop a shock on that stuff, and don't let it nuke your Zook. Alright, moving on to Stage 3, going left-hand side. Obviously, there are 3 sniper towers. You can shock them all with 1 shock. Very important. There's also a massively high-level shock launcher over there in the middle, but if you flare all the way over to the left, you can actually outrange it, and you don't have to worry about it doing silly things. Now, if you've dropped a whole bunch of tanks, it might be a little tougher to squeeze in there, but if you kind of go in like immediately beside you and behind the base, you should be out of range. Okay, Stage 4, where like for the last little bit, I feel like Stage 4 has had the difficulty revamp kicking into full gear, and you know what? This level is not it's not a change. It's pretty hard. It's it's really hard actually. And this is why. If you go up the right hand side, you can start shocking, but you've got the rocket launcher, which okay, isn't that big of a deal, but you've got like this cannon, and that cannon actually hits really hard. I don't know what the heck is going on, but that cannon hits really hard, and then you got the shock launcher that's shocking the snot out of everything, and then you've got another shock launcher on the other side. You can see the craters from where those buildings were, like just chilling and waiting. It's pretty rough. So I don't know. I hope that this works for you guys. Going up the right hand side, clearing out the shock launcher, and then coming into the safe zone. If you've GBE'd all 3 towers away like I did, if you flare right onto that rocket launcher, it just means that you don't have to worry about having anything shooting at you while you finish off the rest of the HQ. So, might be a good idea. Don't know. Just throwing it out there. Okay, Stage 5. Also pretty tough. I decided, because there's the 2 shock launchers, one of which has 20,000 freaking hit points, and the boom cannon, as well as just like a mountain of rocket launchers. I don't know if you noticed, but like there's 6 rocket launchers, one of which admittedly is a little lower level, but whatever. So I decided to go left, and I only landed 1 boat of tanks just because I wanted this attack to take as long as possible. Also because due to map clearing and timing and whatnot, I have a very, very big boost going. I'm boosting my troop damage, troop health, and gunboat energy masterpieces. And clearing the map and getting Dr. T for a little extra loot. So, anyways, back to the attack. Going around the left-hand side has just so many buildings that have so much free GBE available. I was like, okay, how can I not go this way? Because you do have to take out a 20,000 hit point shock launcher. It's such a high level that it almost can perma-stun your tanks. Like, it's ridiculous. So you definitely cannot leave that bad boy standing. Anyways, once you've cleared it out and you've gotten up to this spot, as you can see, one shock will take out all the sniper towers, and if you take out all the sniper towers in front of this base, you pretty much got the win. Like, after that, it's easy mode, because there's, what, one mortar that just kind of sits there and shoots at critters? I don't know. Anyways, blow that up. The clock might be the biggest struggle. Moving on to Stage 6, and Stage 6 was tough, man. I was like, you know what, I'm boosted, I'm landing 4 boats, I'm gonna raffle stomp through this, I'm gonna call it a day, and then I saw this mess. You got a shock launcher and a boom cannon over on the left-hand side there. You've got a two boom cannons, on the right-hand side. You've got one in the middle. You've got 2 boom cannons and I think a shock launcher just immediately behind the HQ. Like, all of these things are nasty. So, obviously, you saw I did the smoke landing because, well, you got to do a smoke landing when you've got shock launchers and boom cannons right on the frickin' beach. And then one shock, you can take out the cannon and both boom cannons, and then just let your medics heal through that rocket launcher fire and flamethrower fire, and let your tanks kind of blow things up, and that'll start the natural sweep through the right-hand side. And then you've got the shock launcher and boom cannon. So just start blowing things up. Honestly, I don't know how to get through this attack without having just a ridiculous amount of GBE. Like, obviously unboosted, I'd still be able to pull this off, but being boosted definitely does not hurt. Anyways, once you've done clearing out that right-hand corner, flare your troops up into it, and the boom cannons and the cannons and all the things are gonna just leave you alone. As you can see, the left side of the island is no better than the right-hand side. There are 4 different boom cannons, and this level is especially crazy because those boom cannons, there's 3 different levels, so like 14, 17, and 21,000 hit points, so they're like all over the place. But extra crystal is kind of nice. And then wham, Stage 7 with the crazy packing. I was like, oh man, I wish I had Grens loaded. Look at this base. It screams Gren my face off. Anyways. I don't have Grens because, well, I've got tanks loaded. Why do I have tanks loaded again? Oh, right. It's tank weekend. What? Yes, tank weekend means raffle stomp with tanks, and that's what I had to do. I was like, all right, we're going tanks, and we're going to make it. We're going to do it. It's going to be fun. Everyone's going to have a good time. It'll be really chill. We'll get together, have an after party. Who knows? All right. So I let the tanks kind of drift forward a little bit, clear up a little bit of space just off of the beach to, you know, gather up some GBE, because now I've got crazy pants boom cannon territory up there, and there's like 3 boom cannons all within range of the HQ, all in desperate need of a little bit of GBE love. And in order to get to them, there's just this mountain of wicked high health defenses. The building health is only 158%, which for Volcano Island is pretty high, but like not nearly as high as Volcano Island. And I still feel like McGurd, this, like, every single building just takes so long to fight through. I don't know if this is because I've lost my damage guardian due to, well, we're not going to talk about that again, but, I don't know, maybe it's just me and my tanks aren't actually doing less damage, or maybe they really are doing less damage, and I can feel that extra. I don't know. Anyways, once you've kind of gone through and done everything, square up on the right hand side, throw some critters to distract the remaining boom cannons. If you throw them on the rocket launcher, you'll be nice and safe. And thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful, hopefully this has been entertaining, and most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.